Hey everybody, welcome back. Old School with you here, and finally, some Disney Infinity Toy Box action. I have been waiting for the opportunity to do something that I can live stream with Disney Infinity. I was building the Neverlanding Toy Box, which we will feature on March 3rd, which will be the 1-year anniversary of the cancellation of Disney Infinity. It's also the 1-year anniversary, however, of the startup of our community on PlayStation Network, which is Infinity Ever After. If you're not a member, I encourage you to visit us there and join up. So that said, we're going to be giving away 2 Peter Pan figures, not 1, but 2 Peter Pan figures on March 3rd. There'll be 2 ways you can win it. The first one will be through playing in the toy box itself. We'll do some share play with as many players as are interested. We'll meet up, get you into the toy box, get you the opportunity to play it, and whoever gets the best time will win one of the 2 Peter Pan figures. The second challenge will be a trivia contest. There'll be, I believe, 15 questions is what I'm currently looking at. That'll be a live stream, and the first correct answer to pop up will get credit for the correct answer, and there'll be a certain number of points attributed to each correct answer, and whoever has the most points at the end of the trivia round will get the second Peter Pan figure. So March 3rd, mark it on your calendars. It'll start at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it'll go till it's over. So depending on how many people turn out and how many people are interested, that is how long we will be airing on March 3rd. Today what we are doing is going to make a new toy box. So I went out earlier today, and I did see the Black Panther movie. I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone. I'll tell you that my opinions of the movie as we go along, and if anybody that is watching this stream at this ridiculously early hour of the day wants to comment on it, if they've seen it, by all means we can do that.
There is much I can teach you.
But let's try and be respectful of the people who haven't had a chance to go see it yet.
Greetings from the kingdom of Wakanda.
And not give anything away. So there is the Black Panther. What I will tell you is that there is a really cool battle scene. Or actually, it's a couple of times they have the battle scene. And what would be a perfect battleground arena, and I'm sure there would have been one, had they not shut down Disney Infinity. So what we're going to do is create what I think it would have looked like. So, let's get to it. We're going to need a lot. It should be a relatively simple build, and I'm always a big fan of that. We are going to need some terrain. Let's first off figure out what terrain we want to go with here. This lower block, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to plop something down here. Let's see. Yeah, like this lower block, I'm going to want it to have some sort of a sand texture to it. And then we will work in the rest. So, let's see. Maybe Tatooine, let's see. Yeah, let me check a couple of other possibilities here and see which one works the best. That's definitely not going to be it. So Tatooine is the leader at the moment. And that might even be better. Let me get a look. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that one. I like that. Alright, now that said, we will not be going that same direction for the rest of the terrain. So let's see, how much room do we want to leave? Because the way this is going to work, we're going to have this mountain here in a moment. Start with that as a base. Then it's going to go upwards. And it actually surrounds, at the end of the day, the entire... Let's go this way, I think. have that there, and then what we're going to want it to do kind of curve out. It's going to, almost like an amphitheater kind of thing, it's going to swing around, and we'll have to figure out all the fill-ins for this separately. So it's going to kind of come around that way. Let's try it this way on this side. And there'll be another one on the across side. So the way this Battleground works is you fight for the throne to be the king of Wakanda, and generally speaking, you're trying to pitch your opponent from the top of this waterfall structure, which we're going to create, to their demise. I think what I want to do is probably stretch this out a little further. The logic on this game is going to be extraordinarily simple, so it'll be almost entirely about the build. I'm going to end up putting some buttons in there, and it's like literally going to start whether you're going against the AI or a human opponent. And we may do a little share play thing with this as well, because somebody in the community did ask if we were going to do a Panther event, and that's why I said, let me see the movie and see if there's something I can come up with, and I saw this and thought, yeah, we could do something with that. And what happened there? I got bombed. Alright, we're back. We're just going to keep building this up a little bit, because these ledges are pretty intense. Didn't need the third one, but that's okay. And that they're very high. And with each of them, they generally have the people of Wakanda cheering on the fighters. So I'm debating on whether I want to put some townspeople in there as well, just kind of have them popping up and down. And there's a strong possibility I may just do that. And I think I'm going to go one more level. interesting. Why will it not allow it here, but it allowed it down here? Huh. Curiouser and curiouser. Well, that's alright. We could always just go ahead and do this. Oh wait, no we can't. Let's try another way maybe. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it because you won't see it anyway. Alright, let's see what the view is starting to look like from down below. This may be the sky dome we go with too, by the way. Okay, we're gonna build that level up one more level. And then I think the center section is the one I'm really just gonna max out in height. Alright, so that's gonna be like that. And I want to change this, I think, to a little bit more like that. Let's see, what else can we use? Way too big. That ought to work. So again, we want to make sure that there's enough room to have a decent fight, but also the confines tight enough to lead to a likely victory by going off of the cliff. What I'm wondering is, do I want to go that route? Or do we want to use the corner lots? So yeah, this might be better for over here, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Alright, let's do this. this. Get rid of that. And we'll get those corner terrain pieces instead, which will give us the texture. And we'll, of course, be using that here as well. And we're going to need some waterfalls as well to finish that out. Let me just get another quick glimpse here. I'll put us way up top. Let's go down. Okay, it's coming along. Now, what I'll say about the movie, and I know nothing about the Black Panther going into this movie. I never saw a single comic book. Just nothing about the Black Panther that I was familiar with. And that said, by the time the movie was over, I didn't really feel like I got to know him much better. It's still kind of weird to me, the whole premise. And again, I'm not going to give anything away. It's just, right now, when I got this figure, that was the first interaction I ever had with the Black Panther character. And I couldn't, for the life of me, even now, figure out what exactly is his superpower, or, what is his thing. And I still don't have any clear answer to that. Where's the waterfall stuff at? So there are a lot of waterfalls in this thing. It's kind of like one reoccurring waterfall after another after another. Let me see what my options here are. See, I will use this on the actual mountain sides. Matter of fact, I might as well throw that up here anyway. Gosh dang it. I don't know if there's going to be any possible workaround for these. I don't think so. Love to put them on there on the side. And this is one of the reasons why I did go with these blocks the way I did. Because I've got a pretty good feeling I have to remove to some degree anyway. Perhaps, perhaps not. We'll see. Yeah, this is going to look nice. With this, I may use it for the one on this side, because there will be one over here as well. Even though that's the Battleground. Just put that there for the moment. That. Nope. That's where I was originally thinking. And we'll drop that down a little lower, which will be perfect. Go with that there. And let's see, let's go ahead and get rid of that for the moment. And instead, let's go with wondering what other options would maybe work. Alright, well, that's definitely getting the feel for it. And let's see, how do we want to attack this? Wish that block wasn't so stinking large. Let's see. Try this instead. Nah. It's gonna be tougher than I thought. From an aesthetics look, anyway. Get rid of this here. Get rid of that one. Let's figure this out, shall we? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go with it this way. That one didn't take. And let's build that out now. Alright, that's gonna work. It's gonna have to at this point. Alright, this is starting to come along a little bit better now. Let's get another look here now that we've got some waterfall action going on. May add some sound effects as well to this. Get that roaring sound going on. So this over here is going to be the general area that you're doing a lot of the combat in, with the objective being to throw. This is actually a lot bigger than I thought it was. Let me size this down just a skosh. Yeah, that's better. That's more like it. So he's got his jumping abilities and cat-like reflexes. Now there's another toy box build that I had considered. I don't know how realistic it's going to be to do it though. There was a pretty cool scene where they're in a bunch of cars going down a major city street and all that, and he's kind of jumping from one car to the next to get to the vehicle he actually wants. And we could do a bunch of stuff with path creators and stuff like that, but if we use the regular cars that are not drivable vehicles, that are more decorative, as soon as you land on them, they're going to smash to pieces, so that's going to ruin that. And then if you use the actual cars that you can actually get into, I'm pretty sure that's going to play havoc. Then I thought about using blocks as cars, but that's too much of work. Plus, it wouldn't look very good. So I don't know. I may just experiment with that a little bit after this one's done, but at the moment I'm not really holding out a whole lot of hope on that one. So let's get back to this one, shall we? Let's see if we can fit. Is that enough? It's gonna be close. Ooh, it does work. There we go. Folks, I'm telling you, this is coming along pretty well. Now, curiosity. If I were to take that out, This is PS4, Mark. So here's my problem right now, and I may have the solution here. I just haven't tried hooking it up yet. I think I'm just putting it off in case it doesn't work. I'm going to be frustrated beyond words. The PS... Oh, wait, no. Well, yes and no both. All right, so this is with the PS4 right now. I don't have it hooked up in the studio, and I don't think I'm going to hook this one up there. I think I'm going to do is get the PS4 Pro and set that up in there. My problem right now is the PS3, which is my biggest frustration, is the one system out of all my systems that I most want to stream because I want to do all the Disney Infinity 1.0 stuff that I've been sitting on for over a year now. I have not touched it, haven't played it, don't know it, but I want to be able to stream it. And with the PS3, it doesn't have a feature that allows you to turn off the HDCP, high def content protection. So I was told through a number of different videos and a couple of people that if you get a splitter, HDMI splitter, that will do the same thing. It will kind of suppress the HDCP block and allow you to stream. And I've gone through 2 splitters that haven't done the job yet. Now I've got the third and last one that I'll be buying in an attempt to see if this particular model does a better job. If not, I'm going to be screwed out of streaming PS3 content, which will really suck. Because I'm having fun with the old stuff, man. The Nintendo and the Super Nintendo and the PS2, PS1. Just enjoying the heck out of getting back into some of that old stuff. Alright, let's see. I'm kind of curious to know how this is going to look and how it's going to fit. If it's going to fit. So are you looking at doing similar stuff, it looks like? Man, I got some frog in my throat tonight. So the PS2 going to the PC. It's going to the computer. And I'm just using the normal cable that goes out of that converts to an RCA jack, the red, yellow, and white. And that goes into a HDMI converter. So the red, yellow, and white goes into the HDMI converter, comes out as HDMI, that goes into the capture card. No, it won't work because anything coming out, whether you use the RCA jack, see the RCA, I can't get that into the PC. I have to convert it to HDMI to get it into the PC. Or let me rephrase that. Hold on, let me rephrase what I just said. It converts to HDMI to go into the capture card. Capture card won't take RCA. It has to be converted to HDMI. So by using even, well, that looks pretty cool right there. I like that little rolling brook. Squirrel? Okay, I'm back. By using the, what was I just saying? See how simple it is to distract me. Ooh, I'm not liking that lip. I think that's where it'll start. You'll come in from there. By using the the RCA rather on the PS3, you have no direct way of feeding it to the capture card. I wish it was that simple, believe me. Capture device input is strictly HDMI. I'm not aware of any other options out there. I'm just now, you got me thinking. I wonder if there's a capture device that would take RCA cable. But that would still be the same problem. You have to filter out. Because even if I was, let's say, hypothetically, let's say I didn't want to stream it, I just want to record it. If I had the RCA cables going straight to my, let's say, my Canopus, which is what I use for my Mac, it will never get the signal into the Mac because of the copyright protection. The same way if I ever tried to copy a DVD or something like that, it would never let me do that. It'd say that it's copyright protected. It would shut it down. Like I said, I have this splitter sitting here that is identical to the one that I've seen in videos that people got away with using. But as the technician said that I had to have come over and help me get certain parts of this thing up and running, it's very possible that some of those splitters have had to change their chips to be in compliance. And perhaps buying the same splitter today won't have the desired effect. Which is my fear, because I'm 0 for 2, and it seemed like any splitter should pretty much do the job. And I can tell you for a fact that's definitely not the case. You gone to see Black Panther yet, Mark? You have a capture device that has component and HDMI. The security protocol will only be on the HDMI, not the RCA leads. So what device are you using? How long ago did you get that device, too? I'd be curious to know. Roxio game cap. Jot that down real quickly here and I'll see. How much did that run you? Any idea? See, the thing is, everything I'm currently using is directly off of what other people have used. That's why I was going that route, because I've seen them post videos and this is what they've got in their system and it all works. Have you actually tried to stream PS3 at all? Oh, $25. I don't think I'm going to get that lucky. I don't have those kind of friends. Alright, well when this stream is done, I'm going to go and check out Amazon and see if it's something that I can attain or obtain. I'd just like to hear that somebody actually ran the RCA cables and didn't have the... Because while it's called HDCP, it's not strictly the high def content it's trying to block. It's the copyright protection that it's blocking. And if I were to take even 2 VCRs with VHS tapes, I can't make a copy without some sort of a filter that's going to break it down. And it's the same logic that's using here. I've got, let's see, let's go to the wood blocks here, I think. So this mountain area was kind of oddly shaped, and I'm going to need some path creators too, but for the moment, I'm looking for a roundish, like, actually this would probably work. I can bury it into the mountainside. How many of these am I going to figure to need though? One, two, probably a bunch. So 2, 3. We'll start with 6. See how that goes. When you go to see the movie later, you're going to look at this one scene and say, oh, that's what old school was building. Cable from the PS2. Yes, I sure have. Cool thing about Sony is that they use the same cables as opposed to Sega Genesis, for example, which, oh, that's another thing I got that I might be able to start running on too. I got a converter for that should go to RCA. The only thing is I didn't know there was a difference between the Sega Genesis cable, the S output for Sega versus the Sega 1, I think it was called. So I may have got the wrong one inadvertently, which I'll know that in a little while. I'm figuring about another hour on this stream, and then I will be back into the studio trying to get it put together a little bit more. I was hoping to have it done by yesterday, but that's definitely not the case. I've also got a mixer board coming, which is going to make the mic sound a lot better than it currently does. I've been working with the settings on the compressor and stuff like that as well, but yeah, right now I'm just not overly thrilled with the microphone sound, but I know that's because it's going straight and without any kind of help, shall we say. do this? We'll go like... We can share splitters. Or, splitters, yeah. Path creators. At least one more. Wrong one. Let's try that. So, and then start with the rotation. Needs a little bit more. There we go. Not too worried about the back, because again, you're not going to see that. As far as I know, it's just, what was it? Genesis? I think it was just regular Genesis state. I don't know. It's so damn old, I don't remember anymore. It's pretty standard, though. It's just nothing fancy about it, just a black case. It wasn't like Super Sega or anything like that. I mean, it's just... I don't even remember when I got that. Like, was it when it first released, or... I couldn't even tell you. It's been so long ago. And I haven't played anything on it in eons. Got this really cool shop here in Orlando that does nothing but retro. Oh man, I don't think so. I haven't even looked at it, dude. Seriously, it's like on the bottom shelf. I haven't hooked it up in any way at all. It's just literally just sitting there waiting for this wire that just came in the mail today that I still haven't done anything with yet. So I really do not know. 6. Man, that means I'm gonna need like 12 per shot. That's a lot. A lot more than I want to do. Is it right here? Oops, easy, big fella. Let's see, what is this thing? What is it? S video? Out to the goes to the output and to RCAs. It's pretty thick too. And I'm 90% sure that's the right one from the looks of it, so I think I might have got that right. So it's that circular jack with the pins, the small pins on the inside of it. And it goes into an RCA, or it becomes an RCA. Hate when that thing rotates you out of visibility. Like that. You stink. Oh, so close. I think I'm only going to do the lower levels. I'm not going to do this on the upper level. It's going to be too much time. Yeah, this looks like pretty good cable, actually. It's thicker than I was imagining for RCA. So I'm fairly confident that the Sega is going to be fine. I got to get the PS3. Very tricky to line these things up with that angle. There we go. It's coming along. It's taking some time. Streets of Rage 2 I have not heard of. I'll tell you what, as we go into my older systems, back then all I was playing, all I was buying were sports games. So I've got tons of NHL, Madden, NBA, old wrestling games. I wasn't playing games until Last of Us. Last of Us was the thing that got me into gaming, so far as stories and challenge modes, things like that. I seem to recall, and I think it was for the Sega Genesis, that they had an Aladdin game that I don't think I have it in my collection, so maybe I rented it or something like that. But I intend to be going back to that store I was mentioning before and picking up some of the classic stuff. Especially where it comes to the Disney themed. Yeah, look at what this is going to look like anyway. Maybe I'm killing myself for something you won't even see. Well, I mean, you kind of see it. I don't know how necessary it is, but alright, we'll finish this side up. What do I want to do with that side? Yeah, I tell you what, I was actually playing Super Nintendo's NBA 96 the other day. Lost by 1 point. It was a great game, though. It took me a little while just to remember all the buttons and stuff, and even then I'm not sure I got all the buttons down. But that was back when, I don't know if you're an NBA guy or not, but back when the Orlando Magic had Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway in their second season together. So they were still very young, but what a dominant twosome they turned out to be for the short time they were in Orlando. And that was the game we had to use and be Penny and Shaq. Get Nick Anderson, all the names were there. It was so cool seeing the old names back again. nudge it just a little bit. You been practicing with your Tinkerbell skills, man, for March 3rd? What have I just done? Hold on. The frustrating thing about this whole PS3 fiasco is that with the PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox 360, or Xbox One, excuse me, they all have, oh yeah, I forgot you can't do that. They all have the ability to turn off the HDCP, which will then prevent you from using a lot of the apps, which is fine, but you can stream games. So you can turn it on and off whenever you need to. And they didn't have the foresight on the PS3. But you'd almost think they could have somehow or another patched that in. Dadgummit. Really getting a little bit tired of this thing. Adum. Oh, how do you like Second Son, man? I loved that game. I thought that was super cool. I need to kind of revisit that one again in the near future before I start losing my memory of the button schemes. Always takes me a minute or so to catch back into it again, but gonna be curious to see which of the two stories you like better. Why does the damn thing gotta turn the camera? Actually, you know what? I'm doing this the wrong way. There's a simple workaround for that. Creativitoys rather. Let's try this. What? As soon as you go in, that sucks. And as soon as you go into spark mode, it turns it off. Well, I thought I had it outsmarted. Feeling pretty confident that I'm not going to do this on the other side. It's just too much work for too little reward. Wrong setting, I should say. Alright, last one. This is time consuming. Oof. Woof. If we're lucky, all I gotta do is rotate this. Alright, get rid of that. I'll probably end up using a camera on this, I think. We'll see. See that? You get to divide and conquer that way. Who gets to be good, who gets to be bad. Was she already into gaming when she met you, or was that something you were able to have a influence on? Let's see if I can possibly get rid of that big wicked lip right there. The question is there a shape that will effectively do that? So it needs something like this, but the thing is, we'll see. It could work. that kind of works. I mean, it's not going to cover all sides of it, but at least from the front it's tolerable. I'll take it. Alright. I am not going to mess with this side over here with all that other nonsense. That's too much. What I am going to do, though, is get back over to these guys real quick. And then I need... I think it goes back this way. Need some of this stuff here to help hide some of these lines up. Alright. I'm happy with the way this is looking so far. Now we just gotta do some more land over this side, even though we're not going to use it for anything. Eek. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. Why did I do that? As I was grabbing it, I realized what I was doing. Stupid. Probably have to remove all these. What's it sticking on now? Can't be that. I'll be amazed if it's this. No, that's gonna go anyway, so. It's not. What is it having issues with? Really? I don't know how that's possible. It's so far over there. It's conflicting with the stupid wood blocks that I just put in. Which I'm hoping will not be an issue. They can usually negotiate around those. I mean, they're way over there. See if that helps. Nope. Alright, well, I have no idea how that could be an issue, but easy enough fix. I think it is anyway. Yep. And all we have to do is reconnect them, and they've already got their settings. So they'll fall right into place. Alright, let's try this again without grabbing one of those blocks. So on this block, I want to go with... Let me see with the terrain. That might not be bad for the sides. little bit darker. No, that's not going to be any good. And I say that's got the concrete sides. I think we'll go with that. Thinking of what power disc I have that would make it different. But I don't think anything's going to make it better, so we'll just stick with that. Now with this, because it's all squared off the way it is, we can get away with just using regular triangular blocks here. Do we not have them here? I thought we had the, they only have the side wedges. Somehow I thought there was like a ramp version. Not this, it's too big, but... I guess not. Oh, wait a minute, here we go. Maybe. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Put some straight blocks back here as well. Oh, she was a gamer at least, though. That's a good first step. See, I went out and bought a brand new PC just for this. More for the streaming thing, not so much PC gaming, but because it's in pretty good PC. I'm starting to consider the possibility of at least trying some. But I can't think of any exclusive titles right now that I would want to, you know, try out. That'd be the only way I would do it, is if it's something I couldn't get on PS4. Let's do this. Run the same trick we just did a minute ago. definitely gives it a better texture. And it also hides that big seam. Okay, what I need is get rid of that. Debating. Let me see. Put some ledges down there on the bottom. It's starting to come along, guys. Hmm. Works for me. All right, let's get into some trees here, shall we? Let's get another look here. Oh, yeah. Once we add a little bit of fog into that for the water down below, it's going to fill that out nicely. Man, it's going to turn out to be a pretty damn good battleground. I'm looking forward to this now. Alright guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up for now. A lot of work done on this thing already though. We're just going to touch that up a little bit, make it look more like an island. There's going to be a whole lot of smoke going on to fill in the in-betweens and the down-belows. But yeah, this is pretty happy with this. There'll be some good fights going on here. Alright guys, well that's going to wrap up this one. It's so good to get back into Infinity. Gosh, dang it. The whole time I was putting the Never Landing toy box together, it was frustrating me. I just didn't want to do all the video saving and editing later on to, show it at a later point. That's just a whole lot more work. It's much easier just to do a live stream and let it happen. But I'm glad I got to do some stuff. Chat with some people again. Haven't talked to Marky in a while. Alright, well, we'll definitely be back and pick this up right from where we left off. Again, the logic is going to be pretty simple. So I'm not too worried about that. There are going to be two options, both of which will have buttons. I'd say we're about 3/4 of the way through the actual set build. We're going to build this side out a little bit more like we did on this side here. And then we're just going to decorate that up a little bit more on the front face. And maybe drop some more waterfall effects on it. But that's really going to be about it. Everything else is ready to go now. Exciting. All right, well, y'all have a wonderful rest of the day. We'll be back with more Disney Infinity in the very near future. Hoping to get that PS3 up to stream so I can do some 1.0 for you guys. In the meantime, it's Old School signing off, and I'm reminding you that Disney Infinity is the game where the only limitation is your imagination. I'll see you again next time when, once again, we are under construction. Have a great day, everybody.